Okay, well, TC's alive, so there's that. He caught a cold.
Yeah.
He licked a doorknob he shouldn't have.
Now, if I licked the doorknob, I probably wouldn't have gotten it then.
Maybe you need to go around licking more doorknobs.
I think so.
So, yeah. Well, anyways, so we're back next Thursday. We won't be having a live stream because we'll be up at Thirsty Thursday at Ski Cooper. So if you're coming, make sure you get your ticket. We have a link down in the description. So yeah, you definitely, if you're in Colorado, you want to come ride Ski Cooper with us, definitely do it. Make sure you understand how to ride a rope tow and a T-bar and a platter and the world's slowest 2-seater chairlift. Yeah. So yeah, do that. We're not responsible for your food. We're not responsible for your enjoyment. We're not responsible for you getting there. So,
or your health.
Or your health. TC might cough in your mouth if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're really, really lucky. So yeah, so we got that going on, and hopefully everyone caught TC's Alchemist review this morning. So
yeah.
It was actually over 5 minutes. I was impressed. It wasn't the world's shortest reviews.
Well, I mean, we filmed that one, what, a month or two ago? Like,
yeah, I think we filmed that before Christmas break. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Okay, let's see. Well, we got to start off with our boy letters for hashtag Archetype Thursday, Smash Pow at night. So, I wrote a little pow yesterday. It was okay. It was only
it's been years since I've gotten. It's been years since I've gotten night pow. It's some of the funnest.
Dude, night pow is weird. Like, there's sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. And I don't know. It's
what letters get?
Hot soup coming through.
Nice.
You need some hot soup.
I do. I mean, my girlfriend made me hot soup yesterday. It was great.
Yeah. Also, today is the 8th year anniversary of me getting banned for life from Vail Resorts for a second time. Because if you're going to do it, you might as well go for it twice.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay. We'll take this one from Jacob Iverson. What do you think about Lib introducing True Camber to more of their boards for 24-25? I know it has me finally looking to picking one up. All hail True Camber, all hail Slim. Mervin has 14 or 16 camber profiles next year.
Yeah, didn't they add 6 this year or something? Like, I don't know.
They had 6 for next year. There's like full camber, cam rocker, directional cam rocker, double camber. I don't know. There's all sorts of shit that they added. And I was like, looking at this, I was like, could you have more of a confusing camber story? Like, it's funny though, like some of the ones that they're adding true camber to, like the boards make sense, and then there's some new models that are getting some stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
as long as they're making boards with straight camber and don't have like magnet traction on it, I'm stoked on it. I think like
4 of them that are like that, I think 4, 6.
I'd have. They used to just be like Jamie's.
The Jamie boards are the lost stuff. Some of the lost stuff is, and I think there's like 1 or 2 others. I'd have to double check. I might be wrong on that, but
yeah.
So anyways, yeah, there's that. All right. We've got a super chat from Slushy Shredder. Mr. Cheeks, if you could never ride the Mercuries ever again, what would be your go-to non-Jones binding? Hashtag TC loves Mercuries. Hashtag TC needs Taco Bell.
I mean, before the Mercuries, I was on like Ride C9s, and I absolutely love those bindings. So I could go back to those, but they're going to be discontinued next year. So probably C8s then, because they have the same high back as the 9 has now. So I'd probably go with C8s, just nice and stiff, and I could flip the strap if I need to.
You're going Astros.
Maybe. You think? Yeah, I thought about that too, actually. I was like, maybe a pair of Astro ASIMs. I was also thinking maybe a pair of New Forces. But I was like, it would be between those 3 for sure.
You and I are just going to ride Astro ASIMs and just confuse Ben even more with the editing.
Like, yeah, he's going to be like, I swear to God, I've done this.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's probably where it's going to be. Poor editor. Oh, sir, you won yourself a small sticker pack. You know how to claim it. TC will mail it. He spent yesterday figuring
Yep.
out
Oh God, that was a fiasco and a half.
fucking 500 and something address. I was just like, no, I'll fucking take care of this. It's easier.
I was so happy I didn't hit print right when I was going to. Like,
I was going to ask you
count on this. No. I was like, before I do this, let me check and I kept scrolling. And I was like, how the fuck are we at 500 right now? I was like, did we really blow up that big? And Avran just didn't tell me that it was like, hey, we don't really have to worry about it anymore because our Patreon members quadrupled in a month. And I was like, okay. Like, but yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it just kept doing everybody. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, no.
That was tough.
Yeah, that was okay. So Satori mapping. Hey, Vernon, it is so that you prefer to test and ride boards below the weight recommendation. No, that's what I get. There's a difference. There's like, it's like this year's actually probably been the best year for actually getting stuff that's the right size. I was like, oh my God, everyone's got right sizes this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Like finally for once. Because usually you just so like the size that I get is usually the bigger size. They're like, well, you can either take this 150 or this 153. And I'm like, guess we're taking the 53.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's either that or they're like, I have a 61 wide. And you're like, I don't want a 61 wide bench warmer or something like that. Like, what am I going to do with that? It's like, give me the smaller size, that'll be better.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, it'd be hilarious. Like, because I'll talk to a company, I'll be like, yeah, I'm looking for the 59. And they'll be like, we never made any for samples. So I was like, 57? No. I was like, what do you have? And they're like, 55 or 69 ultra wide. And you're like,
yeah,
the fuck? Who the fuck needs a twin jib board and a 69 ultra wide?
One guy out there.
I'm just going to take all the weird sizes of the super big and be like, that's it. That's it. That's all you guys are getting.
It's in trend now.
Yeah,
everybody's riding big.
Everyone's riding 203s.
Yep.
That's it.
In the trees.
In the trees. And the park.
And the park.
Dude, yesterday, I thought of you. Someone had the 73 quiver cannon. They had the blue one. He went to hit that last pill in the upper part of the park before you get to choose Central or Peace Park, the big pill on the right. He had it so over, his nose was dragging on the ground. It clipped it, and he ended up doing a 360 out. And I was like, accurate. Very fair. He was not expecting that. Oh, that was pretty funny. All right. We got this question from Charles. Who do you think are the best snowboard brothers? Jackson, McMorris, Minich, Ferguson, Jones. Both Jeremy's.
The triplets.
And Kevin.
Both Jeremy's and Kevin.
Jeremy's and Kevin. The Jones brothers. Double Jeremy's. Same mom, different dads. Both have the last name Jones.
I don't know. I would say overall it'd be between the Fergusons or the Jacksons, honestly. Like, because the Jacksons are both still ripping at a crazy high level.
They're phasing out. Like they were the first. Like you know, they were from that generation coming up like that. But I think the McMorris brothers, because you got Sparky over there full of contest, and then you got Craig in the streets. Like you got a big gap, and then when they come together, like they both can go to either or. So
yeah, I don't know, but the Fergusons, like, they've been just dominating in like natural selection and like their video parts coming out. Like,
you're telling me Sparky didn't do okay at natural selection?
He did all right 3 years ago, but who really cares about 3 years ago at this point now? But I'm saying, like, both of them did really well, and like they're both getting invited.
No one's talking about the Gerard brothers.
True. That's true.
Malachi's awesome.
Malachi is a great filmer. That dude.
You got Malachi, then you got Red, and then you got Stunt Dick Gary over there.
Yeah. The whole family's power.
Trevor working at like Transworld or Snowboarder or whatever magazine, selling advertisements and interviews with his brother.
Yeah.
And then their sister's cooking them food.
Yep.
Multi-talented family. So, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Ouch, you got nothing. All right, we got this one from Wesley Merkel. Wife's remind Cush impacts cramp the arch and toe area of her boots. Any modification we can do to add some space, or should we get a Cush Classic or a Destin instead? Take a razor knife, go right to the edge of where the hang on. Visual aid. So right here where the start of this is probably where she's getting the problem. You take a razor knife and you cut a notch and you follow up and then down. So there's usually like a little line there. Cut a line in there. That'll compress it just a little bit. Put it in, and then if she's having another problem, you cut a second line underneath that, and that'll compress it. That's called a Hartzler notch. Good old Flat Top taught me that trick like 20 years ago. So, and that should fix the problem. So
yeah, and the reason she's getting toe problems now is because that is a bigger insole than what was in her boot before,
yes.
So it raised her foot up, so it's just pushing a little bit more on the toes. That should pack out. But yeah, I would say it might just take a couple days, or go take them, reheat mold them with the new footbeds in after you make your modifications to the actual footbed.
Yeah, that was going to be another suggestion I made. All right, so we got this super chat from our boy Ruff. Thank you, TC, for making the Mercuries my new daily drivers. They keep trying to pull me to the mini pipe, though.
You're welcome. But yeah, that'll happen. They'll pull you in all sorts of directions. Or like, I guess we're doing this today. It's just what they're feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stoked that you got a pair because those things rock.
Well, you got a Thirsty Thursday ticket. I know you already bought one, and you also have 3 days on your Loveland pass.
Oh, no.
I'll give you $30 in person, and we'll call it good enough. That's where I'm at. Actually, I'll give you $30 worth of angry stickers. I'll bring the big bumper stickers for you.
Oh.
Yeah, so, all right. And I love that he followed it up with this super chat. Feel like getting banned from Vail Resorts today. 8-year anniversary of me suplexing a skier in the lift line. I don't have a kidney in it anymore either.
That's what did it. It was a kidney. It was a bad kidney.
Oh, well, you won yourself a jumbo sticker pack too. You're going all in on this. Jesus.
We'll give you that on Thursday too.
Yeah, we'll save on the shipping.
Yeah.
All right. So we got this question from Patrick. Which board in Capita's 24-25 lineup is most similar to the 20th anniversary Black Snowboard to Death? Seems like the Black Snowboard to Death got really stiff again the last couple of years. Megadeth rides like the 20th anniversary. That's the closest one in their lineup to it. And you're going to pay out the butt for that. I thought it was hilarious. My friend last night's like, he hits me up. He's coming to visit on Saturday. He's flying in with his wife, and he's like, hey, man, do you know anyone that's got a 159 Megadeth for sale in your affiliates? And I was like, no, because it sold out months ago. Why? I want to go fast, and that's the board I want. And I was like, because they made like 1,000 of them globally. And he's like, so you're telling me I can't get that? And I was like, no, I'm telling you can't, and you don't need it. I've seen how you ride. And he's like, well, and I was like, just go buy a Nidecker Mega Light. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll take this question from Andrew. Hey, guys, I own a Solomon Sleepwalker, a Ride Zero, and a Capita Indoor Survival. What's my next park setup on my Union Ultras? Are they all clapped out? Like, that's my question.
Yes, I was like, yeah,
like, are they dead? Because if they're dead, then yeah, okay, cool, replace them. But I think going from, if that's the order you've owned them in, you need to go to the Spring Break Resort Twin. You get a good graphic with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, you've pretty much covered every other one there is. Like, You could go with an after black, I guess, by K2, but
Could
I think the resort twin would be better though. Like
you could do a public disorder or dispute.
yeah, dispute, but
Um, maybe
headspace, like
maybe a
new.
Rome agent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this question coming up. Place your bets on the company to be the first to market their shitty boards as designed by AI. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure
that's a
Gilson will
good
do
one.
something like that. That's totally a Gilson thing.
I could see that. Yeah. Otherwise, that company that starts with a B, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see them doing that for
I can see them
sure.
too. We gotta cut costs. We haven't sold
Yeah.
enough leggings and fucking tents. Let's just we'll fire the art department and just give Chat GPT some money and see what it spits out.
It's like the redesigned custom by AI, and it's gonna be the same thing with a different
Yeah, you
with
know
a
what they'll do? This is what they'll do. I could see Burton doing this because this is what they would do. They'd be like, "Well, it's the 30th anniversary of the custom. Let's feed all 30 years of graphics
Yes.
in." Be like, "Come up with something," and that's it, right there.
Yep, I could see that too.
Just fucking feeding it old Burton catalogs, and then that's what comes out for that year. Which honestly probably would make some better graphics.
It probably would.
I might actually be interested in that.
I would laugh though if it just came out with a bunch of uninked graphics that they actually couldn't use because they don't own it anymore. But they're like, hey, these were cool, and like just Chat GPT threw that in, and it's like, oh, can't do that.
Yeah. That's okay. Supposedly curated.com is using AI to auto answer people with their pop-up thing, and they've been feeding it our reviews. So occasionally,
Cool.
and it's our top fives, and they'll be like, "Yeah, this board was a top 5 by Angry." And I was like, "If they're, I really want to try to catch it, quoting stuff that we said because I'm going to sue their asses." Actually, I'm not going to sue them. I'm going to be like, "How much do you want to settle for?" Which, by the way, I think they got sold yesterday to some company called Flip.ai or Flip something. I don't know what. It's some mobile platform. I don't know, but they guess they fired a whole bunch of people. I've been saying it for the last few years. I was like, I don't think Curated's going to survive. And now I'm like, I think Curated's about to go under.
Yeah, I could see it totally going to a total AI platform, like them being like, hey, we got this technology and it's going to work. And then it just totally goes the opposite. And it's recommending boards. Like when you went on AI last year, when I first started, you're like, I had to check this out. And they're like saying like, yeah, you're going to want to get the K2 interrupter. And you're like, that's not even a board. Like, that's not a real thing at all.
Yeah, no, it might be time to check in with AI and see what it does for next year's boards.
Yeah. Yeah, we should check that.
I got really bored in the fall before the season started. So I kept asking AI questions about slasher movies, and then I made it write me a slasher movie script. And it was the most generic ass slasher. It was every single trope in about 10 pages. And I was like, I don't really think you could turn that into a movie. I was having a field day with it. But then I started asking it like who the best reviewers were. And oh my God, it was fucking awful. We kept popping up though, but it was like it said that I was like based in Pennsylvania or some shit.
Nice.
I was like, what? I've never lived in Pennsylvania. Who does
Amish
it think
snowboard
I am,
reviews.
Bernie?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of funny. So I was just like, yeah, all right. And Gorb asks, how do I rope tow? Well, so what you want to do is grab the rope and make a loop, then pull your pants down and stick your dick through the hole and let it pull you, Gungus style.
And that'll do it.
Garb with a face only his mother could love. And I rigged this. All right. So I got this one from Wake. I just saw the ride moderator, baby deepfake. Graphics sucks, but still looking forward to it. Did you get a sneak peek of it? It's supposed to be on its way. Supposedly it shipped either yesterday or today for us. So We'll see. We'll see if it shows up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. In the live stream we had with Bernie, he had one in the background. He already has his moderator.
he
Like,
does. Ugh. I like this from Tyler. Tyler Hype. Ripping T-bar glades at Tennessee Creek Basin going to be very nice. Here's to some snow this weekend to deliver some goods for us Thursday. It's supposed to snow next week, so there might be like 2 inches at Ski Cooper. We'll see.
I mean, that's what happened last year. It was like 4 inches. Like, pretty
Yeah.
nice stuff on the sides, actually. If
I
you
mean,
had
they
any
were just,
more,
like,
we would have
proving
gotten
those
stuck.
swaths up the middle. So
Yeah, which is nice because it becomes a little ramp into the powder then, which is sick.
I kept ollieing over the bushes.
Yeah.
And then I just decided to bushwhack them. And then I almost fell in a creek bed. That was fun. So
gotta do some landscaping.
But Tyler from Rosnold's going to be up there. Is Trav coming?
It's on his schedule.
Yeah, and I think
so. He should be coming.
Jordan from Nerd Snowboards is coming. Is Eli coming still, or did he cancel?
He's going to be on his way back from Crested Butte, but he's going to try to stop up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's going to be.
We could be live too. Yeah.
So that should be good. Okay. Take this one from DC. Which board is the most forgiving for an intermediate rider on the Lib Rig, Jones Flagship, and the K2 Passport? Passport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Passport all day. And we got the man, the myth, the bruised shoulder, Pat Zaransky. First time catching the stream in a few weeks. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week at Ski Cooper. Hashtag spray skiers. Hashtag Mervin has too many cambers. Factually true. Factually true. Mervin does have too many camber profiles. Ooh, lose a turn. Ouch. All right. Okay. And we got this one from Jackoff Beat. See you degenerates at Thirsty Thursday next week. Be there, get gunked. RIP Pat Shoulder. Rest in peace. Hashtag watch me die on Little Horse T-Bar. Hashtag nerd herd. Hashtag real milk. Yeah. People are going to die on the T-Bar. I want to know if it's going to have what happened last year where that dude came in hot and grabbed it. And then he let go and it took the fence and pulled it up in the wheel. Like, that was fucking hilarious. That wasn't even any of our guys. I was just like, did that just fucking happen? Like, we're all on the T-Bar looking back going, huh? What?
It was funny and then it wasn't funny because me and you were stuck on the straight uphill where it was like, okay. Like, funny, but yeah. T-Bar's fun. I can't wait. Yeah. Those trees are good too to get to the T-Bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Ski Cooper's fun. I mean, it's not an intimidating mountain or anything like that.
The T-Bar is the most intimidating part. Like,
yeah, literally
because it goes flat and straight up.
Footrest on that triple chair. Yeah, because it's like this far from me. You're just like, what the fuck? Someone put the bar down, and you're like, do we have to?
Yeah, I forgot about that footrest for kids. That thing's wild.
Kids and midgets. Also, midget wrestling is coming back on the 15th of March to Breckenridge.
Right.
$25 tickets. Should I get you, me, Amelia, and Ben tickets?
How much?
They're like $25.
Oh, that's not bad. That would actually be
really 40 and get the front row, but there's not guaranteed. And I was like, why would I pay 40 for a not guaranteed seat when I could pay 25 and just push someone out of my way?
Yeah, I could just stand the whole time and be taller than most of the people. So,
I mean,
that's not that
I don't know.
bad.
I guess last year a fight broke out between someone and the midgets, and then they tried to stab him. So I'm like, oh, this got to be good. And yes, I refuse to call it dwarf wrestling. It's midget wrestling.
They got their own TV show on Discovery Channel.
What? Big World, Little People?
Little People, Big Ring? No, I don't. It's something like that.
Gotta watch.
It's something.
They don't like us biggers.
That's true. I'm not gonna fight them. I'm not hopping in that ring.
They'll bite your ankle.
They're dense. They got power.
They are.
And you got power you don't expect.
The best way to equate them is they're like an American bulldog. Just
yeah.
So yeah.
And they got the low man. So like they got leverage.
Yeah. Oh, well, small sticker pack for Mr. Jackoff. But yeah, no, so I was gonna say though, I will have a post on the community tab on YouTube, and I'll have something on our Patreon about what the rough outline is for Thirsty Thursday, so that we don't have a problem like last year where everyone, because it decided to ice storm on I-70 or some shit and nothing made sense. So we'll go with that. Okay. We'll take this one from James. Back for board number 3, Ultra Mind Expanders. Great. Want something a bit less burly for technical steeps that can turn and ride switch well between tight bumps and trees. Quiver, Ultra Mind Expander, Pow Charger, Dance Hall Party. Thinking deep fake or antidote. I'd go with the deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you, because the antidote's twinish, more twin. Like, I don't think that's what you're really looking for. I mean, yeah, it'll ride well, but I think you're.
Well, I was going to say, just based on what I've heard, like Isaiah up at P Tools, he's on the antidote, and he said it is a great board for all that. But when you do get into like trees and shit like that and bumps, it's not the most maneuverable. It wants to go fast, wants to turn hard, that sort of thing. So I think the deep fake with having that rocker in the nose is definitely going to be more friendly in the trees.
Yeah.
Because it does feel a little burly.
It's a little better with switch riding. You could always go with an algorithm or even a shadow ban. And you know, so there's always that option too.
Yeah, honestly, probably the algorithm would be a better bet if you're looking for like switch riding.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't have that taper. It's just a directional twin. So it'll still float really well, but you know.
I mean, Curtis rides it forever, or rode it for everything for years.
Still does. That's still his daily driver. I
thought he was on a moderator or something now.
No, he has a deep fake and an algorithm, but he's been riding his algorithm quite a bit. Still, because he got one of those this year too. So,
gotcha. Well, no, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, let's give James here a spin. Ouch. Try again. Okay. And Letters is trying to channel his inner Slim Whitman. Where I don't even know where I put the records because we swapped out, and so
we'll find him.
Ooh, join Angry Snowboarder VIP. I think he's already there. And then we got our boy Beziums. Did you ever get your bindings fixed? No. Or did you finally have to retire the black labels hashtag sprint for slim? I broke another heel strap yesterday.
Oh.
I got like 3 more though, heel straps. So I think I can make it through the season. Hopefully, theoretically. But no, I haven't. Like those first gen black labels are done. Like there's no way I'm going to find a heel cup for them. That's just not like the odds of me finding one. I went around to a few shops and was like, hey, do you got any broken Rome bindings? Like I'm looking for a left heel cup. And they're like, we don't have anything. You want a heel strap? And I was like, let me look. And I was like, no, those aren't the right ones.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got nothing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Find some more. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I guess we got Letters here again. What is TC going to review when his team manifest claps out? Hashtag sequencer is mid. Hashtag RIPL Stackers Adventure. Hashtag TC weight loss program. TC, what is the new board that you are using to test bindings for 2025?
It's going to be the Aviator right behind me here. The 56. I didn't go with the 58 just because I needed something a little bit more versatile for like the soft bindings like these. Excuse me, Griff. Like these Italian flies. Like if I rode these on a 58 Aviator, I don't know if I'd be able to turn it that well. Like, so the 56 will do me for until that one gets clapped out again, and then we'll see in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much, honestly, as close as you can get to a team manifest without actually being a team manifest, I feel like.
It's okay. I'm going to probably clap out my shadow band this year. Good thing I asked Rod for
Probably.
another 57 shadow band too. I was like, yeah, we need to review that.
Don't you have a 55 right now?
57.
Oh, okay.
57 because I got it as an all mountain size because I was just like,
word.
that's I can use it for everything and that's fine. So
Yeah.
All right. Ah, cucked. Next person gets a spin. That's perfect. I like it when letters gets cucked. So we'll go down to this one, and it's Zamurgi JWT. I had to switch to the Destin from the cushion on my boots to get the toe space back. Rode for 20 days, hoping they would pack out, and it didn't happen. Yeah, that's when you grab the belt grinder and you take the footbed and you just shave off some of the bottom. Boot fitting 201. Yeah. I need to get a belt grinder. You got nothing. You got nothing. All right. We got a super chat here from MB. Super DOA commission from Europe land plus question. Responsiveness of Katana versus Astro ASRM. Splitting hairs are noticeable. Response, it's going to be the same. The big difference is the footbed on the Astro ASIM is thicker, so it's a little more damp. That's really it. And then the heel strap is thicker on the Astro ASIM, so you get a little more power out of it. Whereas with the Katana, because it's that aux strap, the response is just, it's instantaneous because it's just gripped right around you. Those are the two big differences between them. So. Well, sir, you won yourself a small sticker pack. You can always email me, info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and I will get, well, I'm not going to get it in the mail. TC will.
I will.
Eventually. All right. And we got this one from Gerald Robertson. Avran, what's your feel on Blackstrap? They've been around a long time now. I think they're celebrating like almost 15 years, or they are celebrating 15 years as a company. I think they make a quality product. And I know a lot of people that use them and stuff. I've never personally used them, but you know, so.
Yeah, they're fine. I see a lot of people with them.
Yeah, me too. All right. The Syndicate. Why is my Dinosaurs Will Die Wizard Stick so light? It is springy and not too soft, but it feels so much lighter than the Orca and the Freethinker because the Orca has a gallon of epoxy in it.
Yeah.
That's got what they call a wet layup. And then that Burton, you got to remember, it's got a channel in there and it's got a thicker core because it's coming from a different factory. So. Join Angry Snowboarder VIP. Let's see. Well, since it is the 8th year anniversary, people are like, would you briefly retell the suplex incident? Sure, no problem. I don't have a problem with this. So it's President's Monday. I'm going out, I'm riding, you know, doing my thing. Gonna go see Black Sabbath that night. That's a very key part of the story. So it's a pow day. It's like 10, 12 inches at Breck. So it's a good pow day. I got up early. So I'm up, I'm smashing pow. I'm coming back from peak 10 to cut over to Mercury to cut up, to go out. I was either going to go out doors or windows. And I'm coming down the cat track. And there's a woman maybe 100 yards in front of me. And she's just dragging her poles, just staring off into space. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's fine. I'm going in a straight line. And suddenly I look down and there's a ski on each side of me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I know where this is going. Boom. This dude had some big ass skis. Fucking hits me. He doesn't fall and he just throws me to the ground and he ended up like tearing my kidney. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, get off the fucking mountain, snowboarder. And I was like, okay, all right, we can do this. So I get up, I see he's going to the Mercury chair and he's trying to cut through the singles line. So he's cut everyone. So I just snake past everyone, tap him on the shoulder. And I was like, hey, man, when you hit someone, you stop to see if they're okay. You don't have to be an asshole about it. And he turns around and he hits me and he's like, fuck you. And I was like, okay, still strapped in. I grab him because he hit me when he was like twisted sideways. I grab him around the waist, pick him up, yank him right out of the skis, up over the shoulder, full suplex. His head hits the ground. His neck just goes like this. He's on the ground. I unstrap my back foot. So I'm still got my front foot strapped in. And I'm like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck everyone, fuck you. And there's some ski instructor there. Hey, man, could you not swear in front of the kids? Fuck you, eat a fucking dick, you know? I was like, they fucking heard worse shit coming out of their parents' mouth. So at this point, the guy gets up and he's all like, I'm going to fuck you up. And I was like, you ain't going to do shit. And I just bitch slap him and just hit him hard enough that he goes down. And I'm like stepping on his neck. And I was like, I'll fucking kill you. And I was like, you fucking asshole. So they call security. They call ski patrol. You know, I get Kevin, the head of ski patrol, or second in charge. He was first. Anyways, and I knew who he was. And I was like, this is what happened. So they drag us down to the security office. And he had his day ticket and I had a season pass. And they're like, you should know better as a pass holder. It's like, he fucking hit me from behind and told me I had no place on the mountain. They're like, well, no one saw it, but they saw you attack him in the lift line. And I was like, oh, so I should have just rode the chair up and then waited when no one was around and hit him from behind and broke his back. And so anyways, this is going back and forth. And I was like, fuck this. I got things to do. So I leave and they're calling me and they're like, the cops are here. And I was like, eat a dick. I'm not coming back. I'm on my way to Denver. I'm going to go see Black Sabbath. Suck a fart. It was the original lineup of Black Sabbath. That's why it's really important. Got to see Ozzy before he dies. And so
he's not going to die.
Anyways, they never tell me what they're doing. They like never banned me right on the spot. They just took my pass and they're like, we'll call you in a few days. A few days go by, no one does it. So I call and I'm calling and I'm getting different people and getting run around. I was like, fuck it. I live 2 blocks from human resources. I'll walk up there. Mind you, at this point, the guy had hit me. I'm still pissing blood. I'm on crutches to keep weight off that side of my body. So I come crutching in and I get this guy, Christian, and he's like, you know, that's kind of fucked up. He's like, I'm sure if we talk to my boss, you take a safety class, you'll be allowed in a month. I was like, oh, thanks, man. You know, she'll call you tomorrow. Don't get a call. So I call. And these are the first words out of her fucking mouth. I don't even know why you're calling me. You're banned for life. You can never ride anywhere in this county again. You should just move. And I was like, A Basin, Copper, Loveland. I was like, you're going to really tell me that? And I was like, what's your name? And she's like, my name's Michael Sloan. And I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it. And she's just reading me the riot act about how I'm horrible and I'm the worst person. And I was like, what's your employee number? She's like, what's that have to do? And I was like, well, if I want to file a complaint against you, I want your employee number. I want your supervisor's name and I want your direct line phone number. And she's just like, screw you, screw this. And I was like, Michael Sloan. I was like, are you the chick I saw getting fucked in the bathroom at Cecilia's? Dead silence. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, you fucking cunt. You can suck a fart out of my ass. I'm going to go buy a pass to the Basin. I'm going to buy a pass to Copper. You can eat a dick, you fucking troglodyte. If I ever see you, I will start your face with a jackhammer. And I just hang up. So my friends work in the pass office and they're like, dude, every one of us gets banned from time to time. We just turn it on again. So they're like over there and they're like, they're like, there was a big red flag and a note that was like, corporate can only turn this on. And it was like upper management only. And they're like, what did you do? And I was like, well, I mean, if you're going to go all in, you do it all or nothing. And that's how I got banned for life. And now I'm not banned for life. It's so funny because everyone that worked there has been fired because it's typical Vail and they updated their servers, which wiped everything. My friend's wife told me, she's like, yeah, I looked the other day and she's like, you're not even like, there's no record of you ever owning a pass in there. And I was like, she's like, you want to get one? And I was like, no, I don't want to give them my money. Vail can suck a fart out of my ass. So, but yeah. Ugh. So yeah, that's the story of that. Oh well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take this question here from Devon. I'm from Europe, and flux bindings aren't really a big thing here. Not surprised. They're not really a big thing here either. What do you guys think about them? Are they more common in the US? No. So
Mm-mm.
Flux is owned by CarMate, the people that make children's seats for cars. Most people don't know that. And they fired everyone that ran the North American office, completely fired them. Just they've got a new distribution, and the guy got a hold of the passwords to the Flux USA Instagram. So I left a comment. I was like, "Hey, I'd love to talk to someone about getting some for review." And he hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, gonna be a couple weeks. Give me your address. We'll do it. We'll get you like 4 pairs of bindings." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Give me a catalog. Whatever." So I guess they're trying. So we'll see. But nah, Flux was like Flux. I feel was like one of those early to mid 2000s brands, and then it was just sort of like, bleep. So very big footprint, kind of similar to the Clue binding.
I haven't seen a new pair in years. Like since I moved out here, I think was the first and last time I saw them. Really?
Yeah. So, I don't even know who sells them anymore. Did you guys sell them at Evo when you worked there?
Mm-mm.
That's what I thought. Maybe Backcountry does.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
RAI.
I don't think REI does. They're not granola enough. So. All right, we'll take the super chat from Anthony Hawking. I'm looking to learn nose presses and butters. Which 203 should I be looking to buy? Hashtag 20% off at Evo. Hashtag click the links. Hashtag get gunked. Well, there's the only 203 you need is the quiver cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only one.
Yeah, only one. Only one.
The only one there is. It's the only one you need.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, join Angry Snowboarder VIP. All right. We got Beesiums. Will TC be giving out piggyback rides in exchange for tacos next week at Thirsty Thursday? Hashtag Crab Rangoon soon. Hashtag Drink Malort. Hashtag no more injuries this year.
No piggyback rides either.
I ate shit.
Yeah.
I got fucking shit whipped on the Assassin Pro. Which I like the new Assassin and Assassin Pro. They finally gave it the overhaul it needed. So
nice.
Ooh, click the links.
I really like the graphics on them, at least. Like just by looking at them, like, oh, it's way better than having the wolf on the bottom for 7th straight year.
All right. Okay, so we have to validate Brian P. Impulse bought a Peace Seeker 147 on sale for some spring carving and slashing. At 140 pound size 8, do you validate my irresponsible money management? No. 47 might be a little much for you. With a size 8.
How tall you are, but yeah.
With a size 8.
Yeah, the back foot will work. That's all you need.
It's not really a slasher. It's a carver. I love people that'll see that and be like, I'm going to get it just for riding POW. And I was like, that kind of defeats the purpose. Why wouldn't you just get a super pig instead?
Yeah.
And our boy Pat Zaransky, just letting everyone know, a T-bar is just spicy rope toe. That's factually true.
I feel like T-bar is easier than a rope toe.
Ladder on the front side of Ski Cooper, that thing takes forever, and it's just. I will go ride the 30-minute chairlift.
I think the T-bar is better than a rope toe, though. Like, you've actually ridden like a rope toe.
Gloves.
Well, it's easier to hold on to because, like, in the Midwest, you get your rope in the ground and it just drags there for 5 minutes. It just picks up ice and it just becomes a smooth ice rope and you're just like gripping it the whole time. Or on a T-bar, you can just put that thing in between your legs and just kind of hang out or behind your butt and you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Where, like, you get nice forearms from rope toes. You get in shape quick.
And then we got Mike T with the super chat. Letting go of the bar is not acceptable.
That's fair. That is true.
If you fall on the T-bar, expect to get run over.
Just don't let go. Just hold on if you fall, and you'll just go to the top with us.
I was going up Accelerator the other day, and there's some random guys on the chairlift, And I look over and I was like, does anyone else see this? And by the first lift tower, the dude caught his toe edge and went down, and he's still holding on and he's fighting it. And everyone's like, is he going to let go? And I was like, oh, I've ridden to the top of Storm King without letting go. And the guy looks at me and he's like, you must have ungodly amounts of body strength to hold on. I was like, it's not that hard. I was like, you pull yourself up, you get yourself on your back, you pull it up, you put your armpits over it, and you sit there like this, and it just pulls you all the way up. The only thing you got to worry about is the middle section where it clanks the two towers. Otherwise, I was like breakdancing, spinning on my back in circles. So, yeah, it's and I spun for him, so he got this isn't blank. Ugh. All right, okay. We got rough with the super chat. Here's some more to hit up the owner of Tell Us to let me pick up my backslash before Thirsty Thursday. He's in China. I don't really know what he's going to do for you. I emailed the guy that ran the North America and division, and he's gone. So I had to deal with the owner. I don't know what to tell you. But they were based out of Denver. I don't know if they still are at this point. Join Angry Snowboarder VIP. All right. We'll take this one from HE. Angry TC, looking at the deep fake. Weigh 165 pounds, boot size 9 seam. I like the weight is good for 159. Also, 155 seems narrow. I'm between 155 and 159. Thanks, guys. 55 isn't that narrow, just on the back foot.
It shouldn't be that narrow.
Yeah, especially with a size 9. You're fine. Stop listening to Ryan Napton telling people that you have to have a 40-inch wide snowboard for your size 8 boots or you're going to boot out. That guy's a fucking idiot.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you real quick. When you left on Tuesday, when I was riding the abstract, I'm riding up Woodward Express, and I look over, and there's a dude on a fucking 30 or 320 centimeter waist width custom Donic, and he has size 8 Insanos. Yeah, and a pair of 810s, and I look over, and I'm like, don't say anything. I was like, fuck it, I have to. I was like, did you custom make that board? He goes, yeah, I did, dude. And I was like, so you're putting your nips to the ground and shit? He's like, I'm working on it. And I was like, damn, like, you could have bought like a $600 board instead of having that thing custom made for you, and you barely being able to like lay down an edge. I felt bad for him.
I bought a fucking last year's Super Pig for $300 and done the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, man, you could have got a free carver, and it would have been better. Like,
could have bought a strand of Maru.
He could have bought anything. And but I was like, why the fuck did you do that? He's like, all right. Yeah, it was weird.
Fucking idiots out there.
But I had to say that. I was like, oh yeah, just real quick. That reminded me of that. But I mean, yeah, you should be.
But to get back to the question, 55 if you're riding more flatter angle, smaller resorts, doing in the trees. 59 if you want to go fucking charge and send it. Like you're kind of, you know, I mean that's where it's at. So. Okay, we got P. Kerr. Cheers, fellas. Broke my yes jackpot. Want a soft replacement. Ride Zero Public Dispute or yes Dicey. Anything else to check out? Many thanks. If you want soft, the Dicey's essentially the old jackpot, but it's a directional twin. It's got setback on it. The Zero's solid. The Dispute's probably stiffer than you want. You'd probably want to go with, was it the General Public instead? If you did that route. Otherwise, depends how soft you want to go. I'd say Battalion Wally. You want soft, there you go. If you want something a little beefier, bump up to a Disaster or a Disaster Plus. What else you got for this man, sir?
Otherwise, like, I mean, I did just ride the abstract. It could do that. It is soft. It's not going to ollie that well, but rails are fun on it. So
where's a turd?
Take that. Take that as you will. Otherwise, hell, just a night at the
abstract too. The genderly confused snowboard of Solomon.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could go like a Gamma by Nidecker would be a good choice. Where that's going to be similar to your Zero
for sure.
Yeah.
But you're limited on sizes because there's only a 53 or a 57 until next year.
Yeah, that's true.
Next year they drop. It's just a bigger size. It's not a smaller size.
So. Otherwise, Resort Twin, spring break, boom.
No, that's going to be stiffer than the Jackpot. You'd be better off going to an Ultra Fear
You think
camber.
that's stiffer than a Zero?
Yeah, I know it is.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it is. If you look at the carbon layup in it, it's stiffer than a Zero, but softer than a bench warmer.
Okay.
So it's like that middle ground in there. So because it's got that all mount, it's essentially like an older Mercury carbon layup in a twin package. That's it. So that's the way to look at it. I mean, they marketed that as an all mountain freestyle board, and I fully agree with it. All right. And then we got our boy Cam, medium of media. What's up, guys? How you doing next week? You bringing the vibes again this year, bud? I want that buttery goodness everywhere. So, yeah. All right. Okay. We got CM. K2 passport as my daily. Had a battalion Camel 2 that's getting warranted. What should I be looking at in battalion's lineup to complement the K2? So probably like a Goliath would be my guess. You know?
Yeah.
Well, no, to complement the passport. So take that back. Get a surfer. Yeah, or a party wave. Probably a party wave. Because they revamped it for this season, so it's got more tail in it. So, yeah, to complement it, I think that would be the route I would go. So, you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, either that or you go like full twin, but
Wally!
yeah.
That's it. From here on out, I'm only recommending 203 quiver cannons or 151 battalion Wallies. That's it. Nothing else. Those are your two options. Let's give this man a spin. So, all right. Okay. You got nothing. All right. We got Parun Sala Kim. Want to get a ride berserker sizing question. Do you think the waist width on the 156 will be enough? 24.7 millimeter, size 9 boots. Oh, yeah. 5'11", 160 pounds. Or should I go up to the 159, 24.9? Love you, angry. TC's okay. Thanks. You're only okay. No, you're fine.
It's all right. I'll take okay. That's better than bad.
You're fine on the 56. Don't even worry about it because you got to remember the waist width. That is one of the dumbest measurements. And it comes back from skis because that's where they would mount the binding was at the waist at the narrowest part. It's going to be wider at the inserts. You're fine. Which I did ask for a berserker for us to ride or for you to ride.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love the berserker.
I asked when for the biggest one they had and they didn't have it. So you're getting a 59.
The 167 wide.
Yes. It's like it's perfect for TC. That's all he needs.
Yep.
It's closer to a 203.
I've rode the 156 when I rode the berserker, and I had really no problems on it. Like, and I'm a size 10 boot, pretty much the same specs, so you'll be fine. Go with the 56. 59 might be a little bit much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 56. Spray skiers. Love it. Spray skiers. All right, we got Keon Ulmer. What's good, TC and Avran? I had a dude tell me waist width does not matter and was riding a 149 ride burnout with size 12 boots. What is up with that? Well, he's not wrong about the waist. It's the insert width that matters. But even on the 49, those 12s are hanging off.
So,
fucking dragging toes. But, you
board you don't need to turn when you got that much toe hang.
So,
yeah, you don't need that much.
Yeah.
Slows you down when you drag toes, so it's fine. You don't need to turn.
So that's where we're at with that one. All right, let's see. Where are we? Looking for questions. Okay. All right, we got S. Scott 1986. Nothing important to say except for pocket bacon. That man made like 8 pounds of bacon yesterday. Smoked it himself. It's like he's like, I'm bringing it to Thirsty Thursday. I was like, you better bring us pocket bacon. I want all the pocket bacon. All right.
Extra lint, please.
Yeah. Krakatoa, get the itch for a new board, something for going fast down groomers, laying trenches, and sending side hits. Love the 2022 Karua tranny finder. Anything else to consider? Oh yeah, there's options, dude. You got options. What are you
There's a
looking
lot
for?
of options.
Yeah,
There's a
you got
lot.
so many options. You want to go fast down groomers, laying trenches and sending side hits? Why don't you go get a Nidecker Megalite?
Yeah.
Or if you can find it, a a Megadeth.
Yeah.
Or get a Peace Seeker.
Get a piece here, get a Jones Stratos. You could do
Free Carver
even
9000.
free cover 9,000. Not gonna be the greatest on hitting side hits, but everything else you're
Well,
definitely
then
gonna
go down to the
trend.
6. It's a little more playful. It'll be easier
There you
to
go.
gauge a jump.
Yeah. Get a Nitro Beast. That thing will trench. Learned that the other day.
Get a
of camber.
Pantera.
It'll blast it. Yeah, there you go. You got that in there?
Yeah, Nitro Pantera, because you just want to go fucking goddamn fast. It's got a great bass on it. Pick up a Candle Rain from Arbor and learn what riding the manliest manly man camber is like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ugh. All right. Let's see. We got Joseph Yumtub. Debating between the Battalion Fly and the 2023 K2 formulas for my new 160 through wide. Yes, basic. Looking for comfort, durability, and responsiveness in that order. Y'all saved me from buying a Gilson. So oh my God, don't buy one of those. Either of those bindings will be really good. Just ask yourself what you want in terms of adjustability, because with the Fly, you can adjust the heel cup and move it in and out. And I do think the straps on the Fly are a little bit better than the formulas straps in there, but the formula with the unibody construction in there, I think it's also a little bit more of a damp ride than the Fly. So honestly, can't go wrong with either of them.
Would you say it's more responsive, the formula, than the Fly?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little more responsive, especially underfoot. It's got a bigger disc. So
yeah. Well, the Fly's got a pretty soft high back on it
too. Yeah.
I can. They seem like great bindings, though. I'm actually pretty excited to try that
I like
out.
the Fly. I mean, it was really solid when I rode it last year. So
yeah, they seem like they'd be nice and damp. There's not a lot of metal on there to really cause chatter, just the heel cup on it. So yeah.
All right. We got Chad Lucier. Warpig. Ride Warpig or Stranded Baru. I have a few party boards and a few Twinish all mountain boards. I live in Vermont. I need a daily for the 80% of the time. I can't enjoy my party / POW boards. Neither.
Yeah, I was gonna say you already got it, dude. If you got POW board or party boards.
If you got party boards and you got Twinish all mountain boards, you don't need either of them.
No, because your Warpig is a party board that is Twinish still.
Well, he's asking between the Warpig or the Baru, and they're both on opposite ends of the spectrum. But if you've already got stuff, save your money, man. You don't need another board.
Yeah.
You need to buy plane tickets and come out for Thirsty Thursday. Yeah. All right. And we got letters without a super chat. This is regular letters, not super chat letters. General boot size rule of thumb. What size would you want to move toward wide boards if you're booting out, go wide? Well, so I had this really cool conversation with someone the other day. Can't remember, but I can't remember who it was with, but I basically said regular width boards for the most part today are what mid-wides were like 8 to 10 years ago. Mid-wides now were what wides were 20 years ago, and wides would basically be considered ultra wides at this point. The problem is people get so hung up on and fixated on that fucking waist width and not the insert width. I love that Nidecker and Yes and a few other brands are now posting width at the inserts because it makes more sense in there. I mean, I think with a size 10, realistically, like if it's 25.5, you're fine. You're not going to boot out. Yeah. And the other thing is a lot of people think they're booting out when they're on edge. And what it is like, so if this is like the edge of the snowboard, what it is, and then their boot is like this, right? Because you always have you tend to have like a little bit of overhang on it, So these guys will have a little bit of overhang. what it is they get over on edge and they're carving. They've hit their max apex that their body can handle. They think they're booting out, and what it is they start to fall over because they don't have that control, and so they're actually more or less falling over. I see it all the time, and people are like, "I booted out," and I was like, "No, dude, you literally hit the max angulation that you can get because you didn't understand to bend your back knee into the center of the board and disengage your front foot. So you have to, because when you go for a deep carve, you do end up disengaging that front foot a little bit, and you're basically making a triangle with your knees. So like your front legs like this, you're kicking that back one in and you're flexing the camber of the board and you're disengaging the front. So you're rooping it through, and people don't realize that. And so they're like, I'm booting out. And I was like, you were nowhere near booting out. You literally just hit the apex of your carve as far as you could because you did not change the dynamic of how you engage it in there. There's some old guy on YouTube, and I think his name is James or something, but he's like the carve father. I don't know what he's called. Every now and then it pops up in our Discord, and I'm sure someone can put this down in the chat that knows. He's really weird. I think him and his wife are swingers, and I mean he's old. He's like in his 60s, and but he's got these like 30-minute videos on carving, and he basically breaks it down to like the old days when Craig would keep his knees into that like triangle and stuff. And that's the thing is, so many people, they think they're carving because they can get it on edge, and to an extent, you're doing a very mellow carve, but they don't understand how to throw their body and change that dynamic and stuff. Like, like if you go watch the Keystone Surf Club guys and how they carve and how they change their weight and everything, that's a different dynamic than the way I carve. And then there's like Euro carving. And then you see these guys on these stupid Donics that are like this fucking wide. And they're like, I'm carving. And I was like, no, you're just dragging your body and able to stick your edge in because your boots aren't there. And you're just going in a straight line. And then you pop up because you hit a bump. So yeah. James Cherry. That's it. That's the name. James Cherry. There. Our moderator and our boys in Europe. Yeah. I knew it was over there. James Cherry. So for you guys that really want to lay some serious carves, he does know what he's talking about. And just understand it's a completely different dynamic, So yeah. So okay, there you go. All right.
Normally about size 11 is what I say on a wide board.
Yes.
But yeah,
that too. I don't know. I still think the best was the guy with the size 14 and the women's size small bindings on a 142. Burton with the stance maxed out as far as he could.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that. I was like, doing okay there, bud? And he's like, oh, I'm having a great time. And I was like, those bindings do not fit those boots at all. All right. Kareem 2K. Used all the stickers you sent me. Spin me some more. Let's see what we can get this man. Oh, this isn't blank. You just missed it.
No.
That was close. All right. Chris Yee, want something stiffer than my 153 Nitro Dropout for all mountain, considering a 57 Shadow Band and a 54 algorithm for charging deep carves, hit and park when POW gets trekked. 155 pounds, size 9, riding out in the Sierras. Go with that 54 algorithm because it's going to be more damp for that snow. It's going to be a little stiff. It's going to be noticeably stiffer than your Dropout. You're going to be able to lay hard carves when you're charging with it. And when you get in the park, you're going to be able to boost. Not going to be the best at jibbing, but you know what? You'll just have to press harder. Yeah. All right. Well, we answered that guy's question. Let's see. Okay, we'll take this one from Kyle Roeder. What's your favorite run at Copper? Dino Park. Dino Park is my favorite because I ollie the ropes in and out of the park nonstop, and I keep getting yelled at for it.
I like the it's on the left side of Peace Park, the race course right now on the left side of Peace Park. So much fun right now. Yeah. They actually have berms in them where you're like, ooh, if I get a little spicy in here, I'm actually gonna go into the fence that they have up. Like, that's fun. Kid Park is also a little The kids course is a little rowdy too. I watched like this 60-year-old lady with a backpack
Family
almost smoke a
cross.
tree on it. Yeah. Family cross. She was just going, and then all of a sudden, instead of pumping the roller, she ollied it, and I was like, she was right in front of me. I was like, where the hell is she planning on going? And just splatted into the side of the other roller, like falling leaf into a tree. And I was like, oh God. Yeah, it was great. So
Yeah.
border cross and then family cross at the moment.
Yeah. Dino Park.
Yeah.
All right. From Just Ripping, bought a golden Arca. Why is the base so terrible? Is that a Mervin thing? Yes.
Yeah, you
Take
just
it to
got
a
to get it
shop. Take it
base
to a
ground.
shop and have it stone ground.
Yeah, have them put a structure on the bottom because it doesn't have one at the moment.
Okay, we got this super chat from IK. Love rope toe, but arms are dead after the day. Got to lift more weights and
Yep.
eat more muscle cheese.
Yeah.
TC loves muscle cheese.
Oh yeah.
Remember to ollie some slow signs. Ugh. Okay. All right. And we got Uncivil Engineer. Donation to Boot Fitting 102 video fund to save my janky feet. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to film something tonight for the redo of the Boot Fitting 101 and then try to get to the 201 series and stuff. I got to film a few other things, but Ben, our editor, is running out of current year stuff to edit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we've got to come up with more content for him to get working on. So, yes, but thank you. That's much appreciated. Ooh, cooked. Next person gets a spin, which is Manfish Taco Bear Pig. Hey, Avran, you ridden the Karua bullet train yet? No, because they stopped making it. Got a chance to ride it this weekend. I didn't want to give it back. By far the best carbs I've ever laid. Curious how you feel about it. They aren't making it anymore. Once they sell out, they're done. They told me that last year. So yeah, that board's gone. Ollie some slow signs on the bullet train. I dare you. You won't. All right, we got Drago C. Hi, got my K2 instrument last week and love it. Just curious, it feels more flexible than my simulator, both 154. Asim is 2 years old as well. Am I crazy? Well, it's 2 years old, so it's been ridden.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different board. It's a twin. It's an asymmetrical freestyle twin. The instrument is not a stiff board by any means either.
Okay, so the instrument feels more flexible than a simulator. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's a directional flex.
Yeah.
The instrument is just a intermediate level, mid-wide, medium volume shifted POW cruiser board. That's it. I mean,
yeah. It's a chiller.
It's a chiller. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you're not crazy. You're validated.
So, all right. Our favorite diabetic, Insulin 801, riding the crest lift at Brighton as I type this. Utah got completely bukkakied by Euler today. Hope you're getting some too. Hopefully tonight. Is it snowing out there yet?
It's blowing sideways. I see a couple flakes.
Okay.
It's starting.
Yeah,
it's pretty gray.
It was fucking windy as shit today, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had to take a board box to ship out down to the post office today, and I was just like trying to walk, and I was like, God damn, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose some trees in the neighborhood again.
All right, next question gets a spin that goes to Stay Anonymous. Copper Steamboat in March. Yes.
Yeah, depends when in March. If you're gonna be there at the end of March, you should probably go to Steamboat and sign up for Slash and Burn.
Yeah, link in the description.
Or just go hang out at Slash and Burn. But I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong.
Slash and Burn, I don't think I can make it now. I did the finance.
Why?
Oh, hotel room, dog sitter. I got to bring Ben. Like financially, I was like, well, we could do this, and then I just don't pay someone for 1 month, which will probably be me because let's face it, I'm such a good boss. My employees make more money than me.
That's true. You get the tax write-offs though. I'll figure something out.
Tax
there when I'm
write-offs
up
don't
there.
pay the rent. Especially when the landlord jacks the rent on you every 6 months. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I swear to God, he's either trying to get me to move out or he's trying to convince me that I need to buy the place. It's one or the other. And I'm like, dude, I'm working on it. I need a year. Give me 1 year and we can reevaluate this conversation. Stop raising the rent. Fuck. Amazon
I don't
just
think
needs
you
to
go
go
wrong.
back to $2,000 a share. Then I can have a down payment.
Yeah, that's fair. Go to both. They're not that far away from each other. Make it a long week and just go to both.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-hour drive.
Max.
Max. I mean, I made it from downtown Breckenridge to Powder Tools in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not advocating for driving 135 miles an hour in a snowstorm, but you can. Once you get through Kentucky, there ain't shit out there.
Yeah, it's pretty straight too. You got like 4 bends to worry about.
Yeah, the only one you got to worry about is the Big Ben by the Heaney or whatever that is, the one reservoir thing. Not Heaney, but out there past Kentucky. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the one with all the FM light and sun signs. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that it creeps up on you. You're going, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Wait, we got to go left right now." Like, okay.
Yeah, suddenly you're just
you
like,
don't. There's like that
oh
20
God,
foot
here
flip.
we go.
Yep. You're like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think I can make slash and burn just financially. I thought I could, and then I started looking at hotel rooms, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like the only way I could do it would be I'd have to drive up and back in the same day, skip the after party, which would suck.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I'd rather pay you to be there.
Yeah.
And represent than me be there. So unfortunately, like if I have to choose, it's like either we do that and I forego like some of the video series we're working on for the summer, or we do. And I was just like, this sucks. Bernie's going to hate me, but
I can always go up there and just get some iPhone shots and we can make quick something for Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just make Curtis follow me around the whole time as I interview people because I know he'll have his camera.
Actually, that might be what we do, and then just have him give us the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him a hard drive. Be like, hey, get this back to me in 2 days. I know it's going to take you a week, but we'll call it 2 days.
Fuck that. I'll pay the $50 for the unlimited Dropbox for 1 week.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
Yeah. Let's give this man a spin. Toe side, never. Okay. From BZMs with the super chat. Have you convinced Tommie to come to Thirsty Thursday? #BirdEater. He was talking about it. I know he's in Vegas right now, so I probably will see him tomorrow. If he comes back, he was talking about it, but it's also his fiance, wife, girlfriend, whatever she is, his birthday. So I think they had some plans. So I get where he's coming from. So
he's a big football guy, huh?
No, there was.
No, I know. Yeah, he's there for some mobility thing.
No, he's there because there is a textile convention for manufacturers for his stuff. So he took his samples down. He's talking to factories and he's trying to figure out how to take things from, because he's happy with where they're at, but to take it to the next level. And so, so he's trying to take Benetek to the next level, which I mean, props for him for going to do that.
Good for him.
Rad as shit.
Yeah.
You know, so like you can't fault someone on that. So yeah.
Oh, not at all. No, good for him. I'm just surprised, like, because I noticed he wasn't in the parking lot, and I was like, Tommie's always here. Where the hell is he? And then I saw on Instagram, it looked like he was there for. Yeah, I was like, he's at some convention. I thought he was in Denver, but that makes more sense as Vegas.
So that's what he's doing. So him and his lady went down there for that.
Cool. They're gonna get hitched. Elvis.
Ooh. Next question gets a spin. We'll go down to this one from IK. Any thoughts on ride bindings, footbeds? I keep having issues with the rubber part completely separate from the footbed. I got new footbeds. The same thing happened on the first day using them. Like, have you had that happen?
I've seen it happen on our demo ones at P Tools. I've seen. Where are mine? Oh fuck, they're outside.
So which
Otherwise, I was
rubber
gonna
part
grab
is
them.
he talking about? The one on
It's
the
the
bottom?
toe. It's right here. We're like on the A8s and up. They have those footbed parts that when you pop it and slide it out fully, it'll those parts like it'll separate on the footbed. Actually, like the glue just wears away and it'll totally pop out, and then you just slide them back in. It's really weird, but yes, I have seen that happen.
Okay.
And they have happened on one of my pairs of C9s. Never happened on the A9 or the A10s you gave me though.
Okay.
But on the C9s it happened, and it's literally just a push it back in. We tried putting glue on it. It didn't hold because it's urethane, I think. I think that's why it didn't hold, because it is urethane. And
that's probably why it's separating. They're not using the right glue to bond it at the factory.
That's my guess, but I have seen it. It's not a big problem as long as you're not constantly taking your footbeds off and shit like that. But yeah, I have seen that before.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it on the heel though. So if it is on the heel, let me know about that, because I would like to know.
All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I like this one from Wallabies 360. I think we need some stickers that say you need camber. It should be you need camber, repent for your reverse, sinner. And then, because I really do want to make a character called Snowboard Clucifer and just have him picking on kook shit.
Just straight camber boards all day.
Yeah.
Foot dampening, never heard of it. All right.
Or we could do, as he said, catchphrase, you need to ride camber. You know who you are. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. Ugh. Sorry, charger came disconnected. I was like, wait, why is this telling me it's about to die? I was like, that's not right. It's been plugged in. Okay, we'll take this one from Cena the. Would you take the Yes Hybrid or the Pick Your Line on Ink to Japan? There seems to be a lot of overlap between the two. Pick Your Line on Ink all day, every day. 100%. It's going to be more versatile for over there.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right. We got a super chat from Brendan, the disgruntled historian. Bribe to make the Rat Pack the number 2 board and quiver next year. Dinosaurs will die rat and rad air tanker. Hashtag RIPL stacker. Hashtag bunghouse can't read. Ooh, the double rat 2-board quiver. Opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm all about that.
I like
still
that.
need to hit up Rad Air and be like, hey, you want to send us a 201?
Yeah.
We want to ride it so bad. The double rat 2-board quiver. That might have to go in there now. We are starting to get the list together for next year's top 5s for hard goods. Next year is going to be a different, like every 6.5 months from now is going to be a completely different YouTube channel with the way we're doing things. We just need to survive that 6.5 months. I might have to sell my car or my dog.
Oh, never mind. You can't.
What's up?
I said or a kidney, but you can't. It's already gone.
No, I only got one left. I'm fucked. Selling body parts is not going to happen for me at all. At all. I'm screwed. I need
You don't have much to spare.
At this point in my life, it would be in my best interest to procreate so that I could take the child's spare parts. Oh.
That's so bad.
That didn't bounce. Well, Brendan, you got yourself a small sticker pack. Make sure you email me info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and I'll get that. TC will get that in the mail.
Yeah.
All right. David Frizzell on the standard on ink from Yes, great board, but would like to have a bit more locked in camber feel. Also wish for a little softer flex without losing the great flow and pow. Any boards come to mind? I mean, yeah, a ton. So great. You want something locked in camber feel. You could go with a Nidecker game at APX. It's going to be softer all the way across the board. If you're willing to go directional twin, you could go down to a Ride Shadow Band. That would be fine for you. Let's see what else is out there. You could probably even do like you could do a Rome Agent because it'll be softer and it's camber, but I don't know if that's what way you fully want to go with it. Otherwise, maybe a Ride
Spring Break powder.
Benchwarmer. What's up?
Spring Break powder twin. Is that going to be softer than the on ink?
Yeah, but it's also going to be a lot wider. That thing's going to be sluggish on a groomer.
Yeah.
I watched a guy trying to ride park with it yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you're fucking failing miserably." I was like, he did not understand that the assignment with that board. When you're riding a groomer, you have to go faster.
Yeah.
So,
But it'll flow and pow. But yeah, that's one of those.
Yep. All right. We got Ivan Drago, who's outliving our boy Apollo Creed. Greetings, capitalist. Is the Battalion Chameleon on your list for reviews next year? Already wrote it. Already wrote the review. Already filmed the review. The written review will drop early April on Angry Snowboarder VIP. But yeah, I've written it. It's essentially what's going to replace the Surfer Limited. So that's really kind of where it's going in, but it's a completely different ride. So, but yes, it's been done. I wrote that. I wrote the new Surfer, the new Party Wave, and the hell else was there? There was one else on there. The hell else was it? Can't even remember. I don't know. I wrote a bunch of shit. Toe-side, never. All right, we got Jickle Puce. The children of the Degen Discord yearn for the horsepower boosting stickers and Thirsty Thursday tickets. Well, you have to buy your ticket. The link is in the description. If you want horsepower boosting tickets, you must come to Thirsty Thursday. I will bring red ones. Red guarantees at least a minimum of 5 more horsepower on your snowboard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Join Angry Snowboarder VIP. Okay, we got this one from Ryan Waters. Binding Rex. Okay to run Union Ultras on the K2 excavator or stick with the Vices? Meteorite for the hovercraft? Stick with the Vices. The Ultras are going to be too underpowering for the excavator, and then the Meteorite on the hovercraft is fine. Personally, I would want something a little stiffer than a Meteorite, but that's me.
Yeah, I'd go Mercury.
Yeah.
On the hovercraft.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ugh. Nothing. Yeah, got nothing. Okay. Okay, let's see. And then we got Joe Jaskoviak. Did you ride the Stranded Brew centered or reference 3/4 setback? Reference. Like, I'm pretty sure. It's a directional board. I'm not centering it on that thing. Which you get to ride the Baru this year.
I do.
So, and ollie some slow signs. All right. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one from Luc Desaunier. Better to ride park on a narrow or wide? Half pipe, narrow. You want that just to rip that carve and keep your speed through the flat bottom. Everything else, I think a wide is more stable. I was riding, you were with me when I was doing this and people thought I was insane, but I was riding the Carter 58 wide and I was riding the DFD in Peace Park and everyone's like, are you fucking riding a free ride board in the park?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's so wide. It's so comfortable. I think it's funny. Last week, someone left a comment. And they're like, what's your favorite park board? And I was like, K2 Cool Bean. the guy's like, no, seriously, what's your favorite park board? And I was like, K2 Cool Bean. Literally have ridden more park on a Cool Bean in the last decade than any other board. It's so wide. It's so wide.
Yeah.
All right. And then we got Risk Hero, Union Ultra, or Battalion Astro ASIM for jibbing. Ultra. Go down to a blaster because you're going to get more play.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I guess we got a correction if this is right. Manfish Tuck is saying Rep told me they're bringing the Karua bullet train back for 2025 because of how popular it was.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if they'd answer their fucking email and show me a catalog. Okay. We got James 411 looking for a board for East Coast trees that won't suck on groomers in between. 245 pounds, size 12 boot. Size recommendations 162 Nitro Team is the daily. Why don't you pick up a ride algorithm in the wide, in the 60 wide? Is it 60 or 62? Well, you could go. I think there's a 64 wide too, but I think going with the 60 would be better in the tight trees.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 60 wide, 63 wide. Or is it a 60? It might be a 64 wide, but whichever. Go with the 60 wide.
Yeah, go with the 60 wide because you want something a little more nimble in there, and I think you'll be fine. Okay. From BZMs with the super chat, are you going to be the tour guide at Copper next week? Hashtag always lift more weight. Hashtag drink, fight, milk. Hashtag eat live birds whole. Hashtag Benetek bird boys. There is talk about a possible 1 hour side hit train only. Maybe 2 if you guys are nice. But I got to.
Well, they took down my favorite side hit on the mountain.
No. It snowed yesterday, and I packed that lip down. You just have to hit it cockeyed.
The one under Rendezvous?
Yeah, you just got to hit it. Yeah. I don't know what you're bitching about. You can hit it toe side. I got to come off my heels on that thing.
Well, because they took down the lip before. There was a nice lip that launched over the rocks.
No. There's still...
And then it was gone.
No, so the way it is basically you got to come in and angle back this way, but the lip is still there. It's just getting packed weird. But for you, you'd be able to hit it.
It was like this.
Well, it's more like this. So you go that way. But I have to hit it on my heels, which is fucking horrific.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I sent that thing yesterday on the regular assassin, and it hurt.
Well, because the other day on Tuesday, they like kind of knocked down the lip, but then they took everything, they knocked it down and kind of covered up the rocks a little bit, like half-assed. And you're like, I know they're under there. And I know if I land this, I'm going to land on one of them. You just got to go faster.
You're fine. We'll figure out something if there's going to be something. I have to figure. Right now, I just want everyone to know, like, in the hallway, there's 95 pounds of Rome snowboards. That is now, we don't go by the number of boards that a company sends. We go by the weight of the package. 95 pounds. That's a fuck ton of snowboards. On top of there's still some nitros we got to get through. TC's got all the battalions still. Still got some Nideckers he's got to get through.
Yep. I got a Nidecker left.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the ones at your house.
You've got an 8 Nidecker at your house.
Yeah.
I've got
the rest a Nidecker
here. On top of the fact, Signal is supposed to show up next week. Hopefully, Ride, Union, Capita. Thursday, I'm meeting up with Travis and grabbing the Rosinal stuff. Ben Bruce is back from Japan, which means K2. Yep. Sean G's giving us the rest of the Arbor stuff, which is like 3 more boards, which is fine. That's easy to crank through. And then there's everything else that's slowly coming. On top of the fact I asked for 33 snowboards from Mervyn. We're going to get 31. That's not counting the bindings from Bent Metal. That's like another 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot.
200 reviews next year. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I might have to start
we can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got snow coming down.
Ollie, some slow signs. All right. We got Bear 264. What's up, guys? Daily drivers, a ride Twin Pig 154 with the bent metal core pro bindings. I really dig it, but I'm wondering if my decision to use stiff bindings is hindering freestyle and park riding. Thanks. Yeah, bump yourself down to the transfer. You'd be happier. Yeah, you know, just get something a little softer, and I guarantee you it would change the whole dynamic of everything. Yeah, so. All right, let's see. Your guitar one. I shredded the 200 vertical at my local hill, and I'm fiending to get to a real mountain, but somewhere special. Where should I go? Montana.
Whoever had snow this year, I would say, because it's pretty.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. I'd wait till next year. Yeah.
Or go to South America in the summer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. So, Muffins, have you all used any photochromatic goggles and done any reviews? Yes, I have. We probably should finish those and get them out. But yeah, you used the Dragons with the photochromatic, didn't you, for a while?
I've used them before, yeah. Yeah, I used them the first year they came out. They're fine. Take a little bit, but they're normally totally fine. Like,
yeah. If you're gonna get a photochromatic, please get it from a real brand. Someone sent me this video of Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp shilling those Outdoor Master ones, and he's like, they have a microchip in the lens, like right at the top, and that's how they change the photochromatic. And I was like, why the fuck do they have a microchip? Everyone else has figured out how to do it without a microchip.
Yeah, with heat, pressure, and light, and that's it. Like,
yeah, why do you need a microchip in there? That sounds like more like it's a Chinese GPS.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. So. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let's see. We got our boy. My knees are cheese. Looking good, boys. Avran, my chick keeps commenting on your hair length. It's making me jealous. Are you growing a mullet skullet? I'm completely bald up here. This is just gone. It's only skullet, and I'm growing it so I can do a comb forward. Not a comb over, comb forward. And I'm going to make my hair look like the lead singer of Flock of Seagulls. 1980s Flock of Seagulls, not these days, because he's got a skullet too. And so please say yes. Hashtag we're gonna NASCAR the people at Cooper. We're gonna scare the people at Cooper. But that said NASCAR for a minute. I was like, what? We're gonna scare the people at Cooper. Yeah, he's coming for Thirsty Thursday. So we got that going on. But yeah, full skullet, completely bald. Lost all my hair. Freak cheese grating accident. It's okay. When TC cuts his hair, we'll make a wig for me.
There you go.
I'll just have long hair. Yeah.
I've been every morning I wake up, I'm like, I should cut my hair today. Should get to it.
You're going to scare everyone when you cut your hair.
Yeah. I'm not going like fully buzzed or anything like that, but you know.
We're going to take like 3-4 inches?
Probably up to here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
6 inches at this point. Like, yeah. It's gotten away from me. My stylist hasn't come up to any of the demos, so
I saw her.
I don't know.
2 weeks ago.
Copper?
Yeah.
Did you tell her I needed a haircut?
No.
Oh, okay.
Told her I loved her and asked her how everything was going and gave her a hug and then rode away with my broken black label binding. Because I love it because they're like, you broke a binding? What were you doing? I did a hard heel side carve and it broke. And they're like, wait, what? And I was like, I was carving too aggressively and my binding couldn't handle it anymore.
It just turned.
Oh my God. Click the links. Yeah, don't forget to check out the cultural mystery link down below too. I think a lot of people will enjoy that. So, all right. Here's a good one for both of us from Your Guitar One. What are you most excited for in next year's product lineup? Any cool new tech that interests you more than Clue bindings? Nothing interests me about the Clue bindings. I do like that Clue had to release a short video about how they made 9 prototypes before they released it. Like their story keeps changing. They're like, we've been doing this for 7 years. And I was like, wait, what? No, huh? What? You know, and then they showed some of the they claimed they had 9 prototypes, and I was like, well, 5 of those just look like different colors of what you've been making. 3 of them kind of look questionable at best. Still, shittiest bindings. Also, Clue, the Consumer Product Safety Commission sent Clue my report that I submitted for the bindings being pieces of shit. So they can it says that they can contact me to refute it. And I was like, oh, this ought to be fun.
Yeah.
I submitted it. I was like, they're unsafe. And if you look at the comments, I think it's absolutely hilarious that our video, the Clue review, has more people coming out going, I bought these, returned them because they had safety failures, or I had them fail on me, or I had that. And then you go look at everyone else's and they aren't there. And I was like, wow, were we the rally cry for everyone to come out and be like, these things aren't finished? But anyways, what are you stoked on, TC? Like, what's sticking out to you?
I mean, Jones redoes their whole Ultra line, which is
they're
pretty
not
cool.
Ultra anymore, they're Pro.
They're not Ultra anymore. They're Pros, where they added Koroyd to them. There's going to be a Tweaker Pro, which is pretty sick in my opinion. I don't know if they really needed it, but you know, it's black. It looks cool. Otherwise, I mean, tech-wise, we haven't really gotten our hands on that much new shit to really like look at tech-wise. Otherwise, actually, the new Arbor line's been designed, and I like that quite a bit compared to what it was, where it was just all wood before. And you're like, okay, they're all the same. They all have the same profile pretty much, where it's straight camber with fenders on it, or just straight rocker with grip tip in between the feet. And now it's like, now they have different profiles and everything. They're not putting grip tech or fenders on everything. Like Mike Little's board was absolutely a blast. Like, and it's just a straight up camber board like you're used to from like back in the day. Like, and I like that a lot. It's not super techy or anything like that, but like just the way that Arbor is going and like their direction, I think it's more streamlined, and I think it's more appealing and less confusing for a customer to see 10 ash wood top sheets that are all very different, but it's like the Annex kind of looked like the Element, and it's like, okay, somebody likes the look of the Annex. They're a beginner. They can't ride that shit. They're going to die, but they want it because it's wood. So now, I don't know. I like that about them, that they're kind of cutting down the line, and they're not making 3 of every board like they used to, or 2 of every board like they used to. It's kind of getting more like that. What do you think for
so
coming
out? I like the revamped Surfer, and I like the new Chameleon from Battalion. They've got the step down rail. They got the super tubes in there. The boards are a lot lighter and a lot more lively. The new Arbor lineup is crazy, like how much they revamped it and stuff. That's cool. I like that Rosinal, they got rid of the sashimi and made it the slashimi and made it more twin. Cool. Okay. And so it's essentially a men's after hours, which I've been begging for like 4 years, 3-4 years. So that's really cool to see in there. Rome has the new Katana Pro and the Trace Pro in their line, which I've got those in the other room. Fix has I finally got on the Fix Payday, which is their $69 binding. For a price point binding at that price, it blew me away with how well it rode. And I was like, this is the binding that most beginners should just be starting on, because they will not outgrow it right away. So that was really cool to see. I like the idea. I like the new public research that came out last year. I finally got to like hold it and look at it and the shaping and that. K2's got some cool shit. Ride offering the moderator a softer deep fake. I think that's going to be more accessible. As much as we were joking about the fact that Mervin has like 14 or 16 camber profiles, that's still really cool. There's the Carbon Supermatic, which I'm curious about if that's going to change the response. They're supposed to be sending that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Solomon, obviously yesterday I rode the new Assassin and the Assassin Pro, and like it's kind of a throwback to the old Assassin and Assassin Pro, like the first year, where they were just differentiated enough that you're like, okay, this makes sense. They revamped them, and they're just 2 entirely different boards. They carve so much better, even on ice. That side cut grips, and then they've got the EDB binding as well as solid heel cup binding. So that was cool to see. There's a bunch of new boot tech coming out, so I'm really digging that. Nitro revamped. So they revamped the POW, the quiver POW, rode that. That, as you said, it looked like I was literally riding a snow skate from behind because of the way the shape of the board is
Yeah.
on that. That
It
thing
looked
was
wild.
a blast. So that was cool to see. Let's see what else is out there.
Well, the new almanac
Yeah,
by
the
A2.
replacement to the party platter is out
Mhm.
there. So, it's still kind of early for us because we're still getting stuff in. The fact that
Well,
Capita actually listened to people and made the aeronaut in a wide and multiple wide sizes. Like that board got like 4 more sizes and they're all wides.
I was also going to say just Yes in general. Just
Yeah.
the whole company
And the
revamp.
Yes
Like
Lobster and Now merger is really cool too.
the
So,
bindings, I think, are the coolest parts, honestly, because their bindings kind of correlate with the boards in such a way that it's like when you first look at, holy shit, it's nuking. Okay, big flakes. When you first look at their line of like their bindings, you're like, these all look very similar. But then once you look at the board line, you're like, okay, I see what they're doing here. Like, there's subtle changes to it that I think we are going to feel once we finally get to ride them.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be the one for this year that you're like, be on the lookout for all their new tech and everything coming out.
I'm really excited about Never Summer's Octo Camber. They're putting 8 camber zones in their boards. Just full lasagna. Octo camber. So, when you're board sliding, you have to make sure you can get it in between each groove and then pop and slide it. So it'll be really good if you go to Firecracker or stair set, it'll just be like
it's just all contacting at one point on the Firecracker. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm excited for Jordan from Nerd. He's redoing the Relic. He hasn't gotten it in yet, but it's going to be a completely new board too. So I'm excited to see how that is. So, a lot of companies didn't go super crazy with things. Oh, Battalion's got boots this year. So that's intense.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a pair of samples of that to check out?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, we are. So we'll get that because we'll get a sample of that to look at, which will be cool. I don't want to spoil anything else that we're working on because I know that there's people that compete with us that keep coming in here looking for ideas for content. I've started catching that, so I'm like, I'm not going to spoil too much right now, but we got some boot stuff coming in. So
yeah, we can't talk about the future now.
We can talk about the future. I mean, Rosnell, I was talking to Scott McDill, the Rossi rep. He wants me to look at the 25-26 new boots that they've got coming out. So that's 2 years out. He's like, if you want to try them on, we got 8.5s and 9s. And I was like, I'm not fitting in that. I was like, I'm not. But I was like, I want to look at it and see where you guys
I might be able to put a pair of 9s on and feel it.
Yeah, I bet you
I've done
could.
it before.
I can't.
Yeah, I've done it before. Like, I probably could.
Well, I think Travis is going to have them up at Thirsty Thursday, so we'll get a peek at it. So. But yeah, so that's kind of everything there. So let's keep moving on through these questions for you guys. So we got Bradley Hankus. Now drives or Jones Mercury's on the Telos / Mercury's. Mercury's. Yeah. All right. Okay. Joshua Howard. Vans linerless boots. Any good? Best boots, the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. I haven't ridden a linerless boot since probably 1997. Let's just say it's not going to be as supportive. You're going to be able to tweak the shit out of it, though.
Yep. I had a pair of liquid linerless. That was my first ever boot. It didn't last long. So they're not going to be stiff. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, let's see. Where are we? We'll take this super chat from Patrick. Know anything about Torstein's new pro model board? I do not. It was not in. They did not mention that to me when I talked to Capita, and so it's probably going to be a late release. So
I haven't heard anything
John
about it.
Kobe haven't said anything. So
no, yeah. I thought it was just like Super DOA as his unspoken pro model. That's what I thought.
Maybe he'll just get like a limited edition Super DOA.
Well, I know when he was competing at natural selection, it was a custom super DOA with a directional twin. Actually, not a straight up twin. So I wonder if they just took that board and we're going to be like, hey, this is the super Torg or something, or like, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but next time I see Dylan or Kobe, I'm going to ask.
For sure.
Actually, that reminds me, I haven't seen Tor all season.
He had a kid.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because I was actually talking to about that with Isaiah. I was like, come to think of it, I was like, he might have had his kid. I haven't seen him all season.
Yeah, I see Celia selling boards from him. Like, honestly, if you're looking for a board that probably has one day on it, he was selling like super DOAs for like $200 and like newer ones that, because he'll get like multiples. They're like inline or they were like a year old, but his wife was selling them on Facebook Marketplace for like $200. And I was just like, damn, I should hit her up and buy those. And just
let me know. If he's got the black and white one, black nose, white tail, let me know about that, because that's a custom board. That is not an actual super DOA.
Okay.
So if she's selling that, I kind of do want that. I want to see what that is. She's just hucking all this shit.
I'll see if she pops one up again, because like about once a month she puts like a couple boards up. I rigged this. It's been rigged. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Looking around. Oh, here we go. From Josiah. Have you heard anything about Shitty Rays? I'm getting ads for them and I don't trust their goggles. You shouldn't trust their goggles. They're shit.
They're
why
for
I call
drunk
them Shitty
people.
Rays. What's up?
Shady Rays is for drunk people that lose their glasses when they're shit-faced, and then they just send them a free pair. You pay like $20 or $40, however much the glasses are, and they'll be like, you lose them, we'll send you a free pair of glasses. That's who Shady Rays is for. So if you go out and party on the mountain, get stupid drunk, and lose your shit, that's who it's for. But it's not for high-quality vision or snowboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry to cut you off. But
no, that's fine. I mean, you're in the same. I think they're shit. To follow it up, some dude has real brands. What do you guys think about 100% goggles? I try not to.
They make Moto goggles that have crossed over. I don't know.
Yeah, I see them.
I see that they're paying athletes now, so good for those athletes. But yeah.
From Ike, any tips for riding Beaver Creek besides 3 p.m. cookie? Yeah, you get the 3 p.m. cookie, and then you go over to the butcher shop or the chop house or whatever it is, and you get the 3:15 champagne toast. So that way you got a cookie and champagne. You're bougie as fuck.
Yeah.
If you're going there again in March. The big thing is with Beaver Creek, if you can see off the run and the trees look good, just go for it, because I guarantee you they're probably untouched. Like that's kind of it, man. So yeah. And our boy Gnarly Charlie, I want TC to shave the top of his head and take beanie off to reveal a skullet of solidarity. Oh man, I would never wish a skullet on anyone. Ugh.
That would be fucking wild, though. I remember Sage Kostenberg did that like a few years ago for Stacks and Scraps or something like that. They just, him and Zach shaved like the top of their heads, and it was just ugly.
Yeah, and then unfortunately Sage's hair didn't grow back.
I was gonna say, and like I kind of have a very similar widow's peak to Sage, where I'm like, if I fucking shave this thing, I don't know if it's actually gonna come back. Like,
I'm 41. This shit's going thin finally. Like, you gotta understand, my dad was completely gray or was white hair basically and thinning when he got out of Vietnam. Like, the level of stress that man went through, and his hair was just, and you've met my dad, his hair, that is what his hair has been like since he was 25. I made it to my 40s before it started to, and I'm still not gray like he was. So I'm like, just gonna keep letting it go before everything just goes to shit. Because when it goes I'm going bald. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's gone. That's it. So yeah. All right. No skullets of solidarity here. Okay. Richard T, 5-year-old K2 Indies on Ride Shadowban, or needs something else like the Rome Katanas Battalion Astro or the Bent Metal Transfer. you can get away with those indies. I know because I rode them for years, and it'll be
I could say
fun.
I had a pair.
Yeah, you can do it. Would you be better? Will you get more out of the board if you upgrade? Maybe. And all three of those are solid choices. If you're on a budget, don't do it. If you're not, do it. It's fine. So
I would say it's also going to be probably a more damp, comfortable ride if you get a new binding. But yeah, so just like you said, if you need to make them last, make them last. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right, we got Melvin Del Rosario. What's a good all-around powder board for Southern California? Oh yeah, heavy wet snow. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Go watch our top 5 powder boards list. You'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Okay, we'll take this one from Z Smith 815. I have a Libtech Rassman with a bent metal transfer. Is it worth it to get the stiffer drive plates, or should I get a stiffer binding? Plus recommendations for a decent park board. Depends. If you're looking for an incremental jump up and you just want more power to go into your toe and heel edge, change the drive plate. You want a stiffer strap, stiffer high back, you're going to want a stiffer binding. For a decent park board, go check out TC's top 5 all-around park boards. You can make it through the whole thing in about a minute and a half if you put it at 2 times the speed.
It's short and to the point. That's what we like to do here, okay?
Yeah. Ooh, I like this one from MTC Sipkins. Is the Doughboy and the pack of Murphin boards you're going to test? Fuck yeah, it is. Do bears shit in the woods? I was like, oh yeah. I'm willing to go over the 190 club. Let's get that 195.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun.
All right. Oh, God. What's better than my 1995 Lamar Kevin Jones Pro with Drake bindings? My airwalks are still stiff as fuck. Your airwalks are not stiff as fuck. Those bindings are fucking probably going to explode, although you can still get parts for them because Drake hasn't changed it. And if you watch Kevin Jones's bomb hole and he talks about that board, it's pretty interesting.
I actually haven't seen that. I kind of want to now. And he just had Scotty Lego on the bomb hole, actually, and he was one of my favorite riders growing up. So I do want to see that one. You guys got me. I'm back.
All right. Take this one from Asthmatic. You've mentioned choosing where you have your stiffness, i.e. boots versus bindings. How do you decide on how much stiffness to have in each part of your setup, and how do you land on your preferences? Stiffer boot gives more ankle support, and that's what I want. That means more power coming out of the boot, which means less. So like if you have a softer boot and you go to flex forward, it's just going to keep flexing forward. You're not getting that. But if you have a stiff boot that reacts really quickly, you're going to drive into it. And it's going to be like, boom, it's there. So with a binding, like a mid-flexing binding, which is about what I ride, and then with an ASIM wrap, I can get that lateral play that I want for buttering and moving my legs around when I carve. And then the strap is just going to flex evenly with the boot. So I'm still getting that same response. That's how it is for me. Like I want my boots stiff and responsive. I want that power right because that's less energy that I'm pushing through the boot, and that's less foot fatigue. It's just bam, it's there. And that's what I want. What about you, sir?
I mean, I definitely like a stiffer boot for sure. And then obviously if I have a stiff boot and a soft binding, your boot, you could feel it like keeping you in place, but the binding not helping much. So it's one of those things that you got to try, I think, like when you're demoing stuff. But when it comes to boots, it's like a lot of it how it feels. But like when you're flexing into it, when I got on fuses 8 years ago at this point, when I flexed into it, I liked how it really just kind of kept me and kept my ankle really stationary, where I had 32 team 2s before. And it was like, oh, these are super cool. These are stiff. And then they soften up really, like a lot. And it was like, I just like it to stay stiff. So I can really not have to put as much work into my riding as I would with the softer boot. And that's something you just have to keep in mind as well. Like, do I really want to work to get on my toe edge, or do I just want to lean and boom, I'm on my toe edge?
Yeah. When I lived up in Washington, I was riding the Vans Fargo, which was a stiffer boot, but by today's standards, it's probably mid flex. And I ended up was doing a front three on a jump, and I kind of like it was just mashed potatoes, and I hooked in the landing and just cartwheeled, and my front binding moved 30 degrees. And when that did, my boot, like my foot in the boot, rolled and popped, and I felt it in there. And I was like, I'm never doing that. And that's when I started just going to stiffer and stiffer and stiffer boots. I was just like, I'm going to keep getting stiffer until I get something because it keeps me so locked in. All right. Daniel Marinov, why aren't you reviewing Burton Snowboards and Bindings? Why aren't they fucking sending shit? Why are they sitting around huffing their own farts? Why are they hard to work with? Why did they fucking make me spend like 6 hours emailing back and forth and talking to them only to send me one board that didn't fucking fit and wasn't even what I asked for? Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. Let them go make some stupid yoga pants and fucking tents. They're a fucking mediocre fucking shit. I don't give a fuck. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, got this one from Joe Gunn. Are the white clues better than the black ones? Any good shops do mods on the handle grip on the Hyvex? Also, what if I run a clue on my front foot and Supermatic on my rear? Any issues? Well, you want to make sure that you get the Jonathan Buckhouse Pro Model pistol grip, so you can put your gun on the handle of that for release. Clearly, if you put red stickers on them, they're going to give you more horsepower, which means more speed.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, if you have a clue on the front, what's the point? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't, you know? Ugh. All right, S2000 guy. When I measure my Mondo size, it says it puts me at 11. Okay, so you're a 29. When I use Brandix, puts me a hair over 11.5. I bought 11s, but my big toe always gets sore. Move up, never ending foot pain. Start with an aftermarket insole, and then what you want to do is get one with a thinner toe so it's slightly elevated in there. Obviously, you always want to size to the smaller size if possible if you're going for a true performance fit. If you just want to be a casual and have your foot sliding around, then size up. So.
Well, also, I have seen some Brannick devices that are off. We had one at P Tools where you'd measure somebody, it's a full half size off of what all the other ones said.
That's
so
weird.
depending on which one you got, it could be just off. Because I think it was our 32 one that we just had in the shop when we ordered our shit. They just sent us one.
Oh, the 32 one's garbage. Like,
yeah, that one was off.
Oh, no, that thing was wrong. We had one years ago when I worked at MSO, and I got yelled at for constantly throwing it in the trash. And I was like, this thing's so fucking off. I was like, it's trash. And then they got really pissed because I went upstairs and took our like $80 Brannix from the ski boot fitting and put them down in the snowboard section. And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, we need to do proper fits. And they're like, well, you have this. And they kept pulling it out. So finally what I did is one day when no one was looking, I took it, and where MSO sits, they're here. And then the outlet molds are down below. I went out and whipped it onto the roof of the outlet mall. And I was like, have fun getting that back. It's probably still sitting up there.
But also, when you do your foot measuring on a Brannick, if nobody's helping you, always try to like have your foot back, but flex your knee over your toe.
Yes.
And do it when you're standing and kind of flex over it, because that's going to change your arch like you're riding. And that'll probably actually slide your toes back into that 11 more than the 11.5, because your weighted is going to be different than your unweighted. And if you have an arch support, it should be the same then, because your weighted should actually have all that arch support, making your footprint smaller, just like when it's not having any pressure on it. So fun with feet.
Right. We got this super chat from our boy Ruff. Thoughts on the Stepchild Whalecock Snowboard or the TC Creed Marhar Lumberjack? I'm all about the TC Creed Marhar Lumberjack custom. I am so close to just ordering it and just being like, fuck it. But like, superimpose your face on Scott Stapp's body. It's TC. So can you take me higher?
Yeah, just right over the nose. Just, can you take me higher? Yeah.
No, the base just says, can you take me higher? So when you're in the air, it just says, can you take me higher? And then it's all Creed photos on the top. Although I probably would sneak Nickelback somewhere in there.
There's got to be a little Nickelback on it somewhere. But I want the Creed where the lead singer's in the Dallas Cowboys jersey, and then
Oh,
we have to have the guy on the fucking, what are they? The
the angel with the wings.
yes. He has to be somewhere on there, like just flying across, just a
Oh
skinhead.
no, I should
just
make
going
him like coming out of his butt. Angel's flying out of his ass. I could have a field day with that. Like, also, if anyone's looking for custom graphic boards, the two that I would recommend are Marhar or Wired. Those are the two best ones out there. Like, someone will hit me up every once in a while. I'm gonna have Gilson make. I was like, no, just no, fuck off, die.
Benetek used to, but I know it used to cost you like $500 extra, and it used to be like an arm and a leg extra.
They stopped that program. I think it was
That
too
makes
much of a
sense.
hassle. People were
Well,
sending
they offered
too low
almost
quality graphics and
I mean,
shit.
because people were just submitting JPEGs. Because I remember doing it. I'm like, what's the process for this? I'm like, insert your JPEG. And you're like, that's not going to blow up right.
No.
So it's like inserting tiny things, and then it's super grainy on top. But man, I used to get that question all the time though. You guys make custom boards in here? Like, no, what?
Yeah. The TC Creed Marhar Lumberjack.
Yeah. It's a T Creed Lumberjack.
T Creed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's find the next question. This is just too good. It's not even a question from Kyle Roeder. I rode the chair today with someone who clicked into his step-ins on the ride up and then fell getting off the fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, winning right there. That is a standard step-on user. Well, you got nothing. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Looking for questions. Well, I think we're... Oh, here we go. Let you take this one from Justin Jones. Is Skate Tech worth the hype?
I think so. I honestly, like, when I first saw Skate Tech, when it was first introduced and everything to me, I was like, that's the biggest crock of shit in the world. Like, I thought it was total bullshit. But after riding it, you can actually feel it, like, pressing power into it. Like, when I ride my Jones and I ride something else, I can feel a difference on it, especially when you, like, put it with either a Jones board or a Yes board or anything like that, where it's supposed to line up with the insert packs. I think it's real. And normally I think, like, when you get to new technology and bindings, especially, people keep trying to reinvent the wheel, where these ones aren't like reinventing the wheel. They're just reinventing how you mount it, really. Like, instead of being like, hey, no straps, dude. But I don't know. What do you think of Skate Tech?
So the first year that it came out, I remember going to SIA in Vegas and looking at him and talking to JF Pelchat, and I was like, tell me everything. And he's like, so he's telling me, and I was like, okay, this makes sense to me. And he goes, and he's French Canadian. He's like, how do you know this makes sense? Like, I talk to other media, they don't understand it. And I was like, I'm gonna do the biggest, most powerful backside 180 off my toes on a roller. And he's like, you'll get it. And I was like, I want to try them. So he sends me a pair, and those first year were so tight. The heel cups needed to be wider, and they did change that. And so I told him, I was like, your heel cup's too narrow. They're not wide enough for most boots. But he was like, well, how did he ride? And I was like, JF, this is amazing how much power it transmits from toe to heel. The dynamic is so different. I believe in it. I fully believe in it. The only thing I hate is you lose that lateral play because the way everything is. And for the way I ride, that's a very... on the inside of my back foot, because you've seen how I carve. I'll just be carving, and then suddenly I disengage the front, and I just drive my knee into the center, and the front of the board's disengaged. I need that lateral play to compensate, and when I don't have that, I'm just, and I'm like, I can't ankle steer with that. But I think it's absolutely legit. I think it's super, super solid, and it does really good. So yeah.
Yep. I think so. Like, because the best way I describe it to people is like when you're standing on a skateboard put both of your toes on one edge, stand with your like feet in the middle, and you'll see just standing there, the board instantly wants to like turn. That's exactly what it is. And it's like when I was working at P Tools, we had skateboards just laying around the shop, and like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Be like, go stand on that skateboard and put your toes on the end. And they just notice how I wanted to turn already. And it's like, that's exactly what it is. Like, I mean, that was the best way I could describe it.
Yeah. To follow that up, we got our boy Luke Strzanowski. Is it just me, or do my bushings keep causing my bindings to loosen up on my Jones? Change your screws.
Yeah. Check your screws, but I actually haven't had that problem.
Yeah.
Are you using a number 3 screwdriver as well?
Yes.
Because that way you can get it fully
bullshit.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be number 2.5 in either. Like a full straight up number 3 with this blown end tip is going to be your best option. Like, but yeah, the number 2s don't work. Don't use Loctite either.
No Loctite. God,
asshole,
you guys, fuck. Everyone puts Loctite on wrong, and then they wonder why their bindings shatter and they blow out inserts. Please.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do anything,
it's hydraulic pressure that you're adding. Yeah. Just get new screws. The ones that like they put Loctite on the screws, like you'll see like it going here. This little blue on the screw is Loctite. They put it on specifically so it stays on. Like if you put too much, you're gonna just create hydraulic pressure and blow out.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it. Next Thursday there will not be a live stream because we're gonna be up at Thirsty Thursday. We will have a post about it in the community tab probably later tonight, if not tomorrow, about everything finalizing. There'll be something on our Patreon for that as well. We'll be getting everything dialed in. I think TC and I were talking we might live stream next Wednesday or something, just to kind of compensate for the lack of that, or we'll do something after Thirsty Thursday. But yeah, so we got that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions. Make sure, you go watch a bunch of our videos because we definitely need to do it. So anyways, we will see you guys next time.
Later, guys. Thank you.